Otherwise, you would not be contributing to a project, to delivering what your group is delivering or doing whatever you're delivering. But when it gets to a higher level, then you have proof that you can do things right. And then that's when you start having to consider, are those things right? Or is that the right strategy? Is that the right tactics? And that's why understanding, when I say understand, design, and then create, and then implement. Understanding whether you're doing things right is on the implementation side. Understanding doing the right thing is on the understanding stage. But that circle goes back, we evolve. Something that you'll be doing correct 100%, and then 6 months later, situation change, it's no longer the right thing to do. Or then you have to understand it. The more you understand it, more time you spend on understanding, then the more opportunity or more chance that you'll be doing the right thing.
Yeah, because the difficulty is that we always have a limited time to do everything right, but because you don't have so many time to do everything, yes. And the difficulty that we cannot doing the right things is most of the time we don't know what is the right things to do, especially when we are very young. So
that's true. I read a lot. I encourage people to read a lot. Number one, read a lot. Read magazines, read newspapers. Number two is I keep a journal. It's called a thinking journal. When I get stuck on certain issues, then I write. Actually, writing a journal is a turbocharge to help me to think. Because everything I think, I have to write it down. When you write things down, you have to nail it. Otherwise, ideas and thinking is fleeting. You think about it before, after it disappears, it flies away before you can grab it. But if you are in an important issue, write that down, and then you can nail it. And then you can also help you to using listing, using mind map, and it will help you to at least get most of the things right. The other thing also is you really have to manage your time well. I belong to the 5 o'clock club. I get up 5 o'clock in the morning. By 9 o'clock, most of the thinking, most of the things that I'm doing is already done. So a lot of younger people love to stay out until 2 o'clock, right? But actually between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock it was having fun. You have to have fun, but limit those fun to maybe 3 times, well, 2 times. Friday night, Saturday night. And I'll give you my story of my youngest daughter. My oldest daughter and second daughter is very good in studying. In fact, my second daughter went to UPenn, which is not an easy university to work through. She had 2 majors and 2 minors in 4 years. That means she had only 1 elective in the 4 years. She had 1 class to talk. She was in communication. She was in East Asia studies, Japanese, and 1 more, which I forgot. And then she graduated magna cum laude, right? Then my third daughter thought that, oh, if my older daughter can do it, I can do it. So she signed up for 1 major and 1 minor. But okay, my second daughter also danced and started a dance company in UPenn. So my younger daughter went in and accepted the secretary of that dance troupe. And then in November that year, she called me and cried because she was getting all B's. And I say, look, Yanji, right? You're not as smart as your older sister. I didn't want to tell you before, but I'm telling you now. So what you have to do is pretend that you are working in a job. 8 hours. You just have to work 8 hours each day on your work, on your homework. And find a place in the library where you sit down at 7 o'clock after dinner, and then you work until 11 o'clock. Focus and get it done. So, having more time to think about things will give you more opportunity of deciding, doing things right. At first, it's difficult. At first, you may not think that that you are making the right decisions, but more and more, if you look back on your notes, you will see a progression and an advancement of the quality of your decisions. But if you kind of let it flee and let it float, you probably would not what I call a turbocharged progress on your thinking.
Thank you for sharing and good suggestions.
Paul, I have a question for you. I'm
Yeah.
asking this question on behalf of somebody who's watching on the web.
Okay.
If you're so kind, so nice to your people, have you ever said no to your customer, your staff?
I've said no to Dr. Fung.
But he's also a very nice person too.
No, but the thing is, if you don't say no to people, you will disappoint them because you can't deliver. You have to say no. You have to learn how to say no. For a long time, I hate this going into broadcast because my father said one time when I was younger, he said, Paul, if you're a girl, you'll be pregnant all the time because you don't know how to say no. Right? And that's when I say, okay, I have to learn how to say no. But even now, when people come and ask me for help, particularly younger people, and I have time to share with them, I probably wouldn't say no. But there are things that I would say no. We draw the line because those are the decent, indecent, moral things that you just have to draw that line. Because if you do it, you overstep it, you'll be sorry for the rest of your life. When the Chinese say, if you stumble one, you'll be sorry for 1,000 years. That's such chok-sing chin gu. Somebody in the back. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, and I'm from SJTU, Shanghai Jiao University. And fortunately, it's just my 21st years old, and it's my birthday. And I think your speech is the best gift for my birthday, and I really learned a lot.
Oh, should we say happy birthday?
And what's more, I want to know is, you just mentioned 3 stages in one life, year one. The first stage is learning how to make a good living. And I want to know is what the specific questions we should ask about, or we should ask to ourselves in order to know whether we are well prepared for the next stage, making a good living.
Yeah. Actually, going from the first stage to the second stage is easier because all your peers is crossing that line about the same time, right? Everybody graduate at the same time. Yes, you have to be more competitive because they are looking for the same job that you are looking. But usually you have a chance to talk to them and say, well, how are you doing? How are you doing? So that's easier. You know what you should do? Get a group of you together. Right? Agree to meet maybe once a week and talk about your career. Not a study group, but this is more like a career group. Make it confidential so that you can tell them what is really deep down in your mind. That becomes your support group. Get about 6 or 8 people. And then create that. Have some rules.